Hello again, everyone. This is Divine Intuition 444, and I just had some things that I had on my mind. I kind of thought that I would share. Pardon me, I'm working while I'm doing this. Shh, don't tell nobody. But I have been experiencing something that I wanted to share, and this is actually pretty big. Because it has to do with everything is always relative. I think I said this in my last video, but we're going to talk about it again in a different aspect, in the aspect of time, in the aspect of time itself, how everything is relative, because everything is happening now, and it always has happened now. And that's because there is no such thing as time. So time, the aspect of time is created by man because we need something to compare it to. We need something to look forward to, I guess, in essence, is what it really is. Because imagine, like, if there was no due dates, if there was no sense of urgency, then we would be cohesive. We would live harmoniously. And of course, that's not it. That's not what they want. So, of course, there has to be a sense of urgency and a time limitation on your actual life. Everything is limited by time. The aspect of time is what I'm saying. Now, what I really want to talk about is the fact that I have actually experienced losing time, and it's actually happening now, and it's happened for a few weeks, and the crazy thing about it is that I have the proof. I actually did take a picture, and I wasn't going crazy. I actually seen it that same day. I know that we are losing time. Like, the aspect of time is slowing down, and I have a theory based on that. And I know that it is very close to being 100% accurate. So my theory based on us having lesser time or slowed down time is because we are going to the point of singularity. And for anyone who knows, the point of singularity is the 0 point. So we've all, I'm not going to say we all, but a lot of people in the conscious community kind of know that this is how things work. We are based off of a black hole matrix, which means that our universe runs off of the black hole energy. So what is in the middle of a black hole is 0 point. It's singularity. So I think of it like this. And this is my theory talking, of course, and then I'll get into how I've been actually losing time, which is really crazy. So if there's a black hole and the 0 point is singularity, our universe actually is probably on the outskirts of the ergosphere, or I'm trying to remember what's the other. It's an outer. It's like the outerness of the ergosphere. So I forgot what that is. But anyways, we generate our source energy from this black hole. And the fact that we're going back into singularity / 0 point means that all timelines are being brought together, are being conjuncted, I guess you can say, conjointed, that's what I mean to say. And Sorry, I have to make this kind of quick. I just wanted to come and share it before I forgot it, because this is something I've been feeling a push for. So, in the aspect of the fact that we're, sorry, I should be drinking water, but it's okay. Cold brew, baby. The fact that we're going back into 0 point, like, you have to think about, there are splinters. So for every dimension that there is a splinter, if not 2, 3 different splinters of that one dimension. So 1D will have like 2 other, so that will be actually 3 dimensions. So you think about it, you have, everything comes in 3, right? We are 3 aspects. Every time that we get carnated or reincarnated here, depending on what frequency we are, we get splintered, and we get splintered in the aspect of dimensions. So the fact that we're actually going back into singularity, it just means that all of those dimensions are collapsing onto each other, where we become a full aspect of our actual soul. That's not to say that everyone is going through this, but the people that are going through it, you're gonna notice. This is the thing. You're gonna notice that time is slowing down, or the media is pushing things faster. And I noticed this, okay? I think a lot of people are starting to notice that we're losing time, or that they're pushing things another month ahead. So here's a relative point, and this is before I even actually seen that there is a time gap missing in this linear time frame, so to speak. So I went to Costco, I swear, and I'm pretty good with dates and timing and time frames because I'm very alert. I'm very aware, I guess you can say. So, it's like the beginning of August, and mind you, it's September 1st, okay? It's the beginning of August, and my mom and I go to Costco. And what do we see in Costco? They're already perpetuating and the push for Halloween and Christmas. It's August. Can you let us enjoy our summer? That's what I had told her. So it was still the beginning of August, like maybe the first week, maybe even the second week, which I'm gonna look real quick, because the second week, calendar week, let's double check real quick, would have been like the 10th, okay? So it would have been that weekend of like the 1st or the 8th. Actually, it was that weekend. So it was literally the second Saturday. Let's see, can you guys see? Okay, the second Saturday is when it was, and that's the 8th. So it was legit the beginning of August. And they're already pushing this, like they have decorations out, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? What's going on? So that was really weird. It gave me a really bad vibe. And then I was just like, it's getting worse, because now they're pushing it close to 2 months in advance, as opposed to like a month or 3 months in advance, as opposed to like 2 months in advance, So something's really wrong. That was my first red flag. Noticed it right away. Excuse me. Every time I do that, I'm gonna take a drink. My throat is freaking dry. So second, okay, this is the second one. This just recently happened, before I noticed the time itself. So My friend, I was talking to one of my girlfriends on the phone, and she orders something from Dunkin' Donuts. She's ordering her drink on the phone, and she orders pumpkin swirl from Dunkin' Donuts. It's typical like pumpkin latte at Starbucks, whatever. So I thought it was funny because it's like, I swear to you, and this is how, like, I have to go back because I like to be accurate in detail. So it was the last week of August. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. So it was between the 23rd and the 28th. I actually have an email which confirms that same day. So I'm going to see the email real quick. Bear with me. While I'm looking for the email, I'm going to explain. So, my friend... All right, hold on, guys. My throat is, like, really scratchy. You can hear it when I talk. It's really, really bad. So my friend, she ordered the pumpkin swirl, which tipped me off, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. If Dunkin' Donuts has pumpkin, then let me check if Starbucks has pumpkin out. Because it's really early and they usually push it September. It was really early for Starbucks to actually like push it out. So I looked on the app itself and there it was. Pumpkin. Pumpkin is back, pumpkin this, pumpkin that. Now, the funny thing is, I get notifications for Starbucks, and we're not actually talking about Starbucks. We're talking about the fact that I'm calling this out as I see it. I get notifications and emails for Starbucks. So the fact that I seen it on their app before I got an email, I thought was funny. As I'm checking the app, I close out of the app, and not even 10 minutes later, I get the notification in my email saying that pumpkin is back. Wow, right? That was kind of that was a big synchronicity for me, to be honest, because it all started with my friend's drink. I thought it was a little weird. So that's what tipped me off. Okay, now I'm trying to look for it and I can't find it, but like I said, it was in that last week. Now, I don't recall pumpkin ever being out so early, to be honest. I thought it was pretty weird that everything is being pushed fast, and now I know why. So this is gonna be my third example. So, that same week that all of this, I noticed the pumpkin thing. I'm still looking for it, by the way. I just want to find it. Hold on, let me just make sure I'm in my inbox. So that same week, I was at home. I work from home, and I noticed something on my clock. And I have a stove, a digital stove. I'm sorry, it's a piloted stove oven, but it's a digital clock on the stove. So that's always been accurate, right? I can't hold it up anymore. My hand's shaking. So we're going to do it like that while I continue to look. Okay, so, pumpkin is back. Pumpkin home. Okay, so look, you guys. 5:25. I'm not going to show you all that, but hold on. Well, never mind. You'll take my word for it. Because that's too much to do. There you go. And it's 10:11 right now. Whoops, I'm like doing it wrong. Here we go. 5:25. Okay, that's when I got it. So it's like I said, it was that last week. They've always come out for me, from what I remember, and that's just the first one. I think I got an earlier notification. But I noticed something weird on my clock, and I'm very vigilant as far as things being out of place, things being different, things look different, things that taste different, just very aware of what it was and how it was and what it isn't now. So I'm looking at my clock, and I noticed that my clock is behind. And I'm like, what the hell? Because I was looking at my clock on my computer, and then I was walking away to the bathroom, and as I was passing up the stove, I looked at the clock, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought it was this time right now. So I go and I notice that the time was half an hour difference. Crazy. Where the hell did half an hour go? Like, what happened? And then I was like, this is weird. Did he unplug so the first thing that I was thinking about is, did he unplug the oven recently? Like, what's going on? Talking about the significant. And I was just in awe. I was like, why would he unplug it? So first instinct was, maybe he just unplugged it because, things are never, like, this stove is always accurate on time. Always. Never had a problem with it before. Okay, so I eventually get him on the phone, and he's like, no, never done it, never. Like, oh, why is it off or whatever? I said, no, it's not. I said, I just wanted to see if you unplugged it at any time. He said, no, he never unplugged it. Okay, boom, that's something. I thought it was something weird. I knew something was up right away. So, second thing, right? Then I take note of it. I even take a picture because it's a difference in time. And it's half an hour, a perfect half an hour, 3, right? Weren't we just talking about the fact that everything comes in threes? So, 30 minutes gone. What's going on? So I continue to do my work. I, walk away real quick, come back, and I look at the time, and now it's 25 minutes. 7. Now, what I'm bringing up is the numerology of those numbers. So 25 minutes is 7, right? 7 chakras, 7 seas, 7 scrolls, 7, everything is 7. Like, I learned a lot about the number 7 recently, and that one is very spiritual in nature. And 3, obviously, we were just talking about the fact that 3 is relative to time. And a lot of people don't understand that. And 7 is relative to matter. So 3 is relative to time, and 7 matter, right? Now, 7 is the relative number for matter because 7 has to deal with light. And matter actually, how can I say, when it's nothing else, it's just light. Matter breaks down. Or have you guys ever seen, well, maybe not seen, but this is the concept of what I'm trying to say. Molecules, when they basically implode, they release light. So that would be technically matter, if I'm not mistaken, okay? So, the clock kept switching from half an hour late or half an hour behind to 25 minutes behind. And I knew right away, I was like, wow, this is really crazy. This has never happened to me. I've never experienced losing time in real life, like in real time. In real time. Listen to me. I've never experienced losing time in real time. That's crazy. So it has been a big changer. And the way that I see things pushing, and a lot of people are noticing that there is a rush for things being pushed now. I don't like my hair like that. Sorry. I think I was like watching something. I forgot what I was doing. But I actually seen that there's a push for things a month in advance. And, I forgot who was saying something about it. I'll probably double check back on that. But, I wanted to see if there was anybody else out there experiencing what I'm experiencing. And then we can talk about it, I think my clock is still 25 minutes behind, and I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to change it because that's actually a tip-off. You feel me? That actually just showed me that there's something going on. There's a push. So, satellites actually control our time, okay? But this isn't a satellite. It's not connected through satellites like every other kind of device. You think about that. Everything asks for your GPS and location because everything is updating satellite-wise. So they can actually push the time more forward, or they can adjust it. And I want to see if the satellites are going to adjust to the time that I currently have, which I'll tell you what's on my stove, because that's the time that hasn't been messed around with, which is how I know that we are losing time, or they're pushing the time forward. Either way, there is a loss of time that can't be accounted for, and nobody is talking about it. So what are they trying to push this time forward for? Or is it the fact that we are actually going into singularity point? We are going into 0 point. It's one or the other. So I honestly feel like it's single point. But I think about like, okay, well, if our times are all, digital, like always upgraded through satellite, then it could be that as well. Yeah, I play devil's advocate with myself because I am resonating with both sides, but more so on the fact that we are actually collapsing timelines. And the ones who have missions here, you're going to start realizing that you're starting to dream more about you in different timelines. And there's a reason for that. So it's because those timelines are actually closer to you than you think. So if they're closer, you're gonna be able to probably pop in and out easier, especially since it's like layers of a cake, you know, like they start to come together. Just think of it like as webs, like intricate webs, but all of them all of a sudden just start closing in on a single line. And that's the point that we're supposed to be. We're always supposed to be at 0 point. And actually how everything was birthed and manifested was through 0 point singularity. So we're just going back home is basically what it is. That's pretty much what this new world is going to be. It's supposed to be a world of compassion. Empathy is the biggest one, to be honest, because naturally the soulful beings here, they have empathy. Empathy is a great power. And people who lack empathy, it's because they lost their soul, you know? Their soul, I don't know. I have a couple theories on that I don't really want to get into, though, because it might be a little, it might be a long topic. But, you know, the ones who don't have empathy are the ones who need a lot of healing. So, you know, peace and love to those who need the love and support. Always know that, you know, as far as being able to find yourself again, you know, people who have lost their way tend to redirect themselves in a natural loving way. It's just got to come from within. So peace and love to you guys. But like I was saying, you know, this thing about losing time just really, it actually like blew my mind, you know. And nobody's talking about it. So I know that this has been, and I know that this will come up again, I swear, because I should have made this video like about 2 weeks ago and didn't. When this all actually happened to me, I should have just documented it then. But I didn't because my phone is shit, and it drains my phone to have it upload. So I'm trying to figure out this whole YouTube thing. But, you know, it's getting there. It's a work in progress, like everything, just like life. Everything is progression, slow change, you know, is consistent. Consistency is key. So this will be my second video. And I just want to thank you guys again for listening to me. I have a lot of experiences I want to share, and from my own experience, I may be the person to be able to reflect on, because we're all reflections. We are all, and we all come from the same source. So, you know, my spark can spark you, and your spark can spark others, and that's the whole thing of that's the whole purpose of the awakening process, is allowing people to see your light so that a seed can be planted and that can spark into something beautiful. That's what I honestly feel that the Bible was referring to about planting seeds. I think it's planting seeds of sparks of light so that people can be reignited with their soul once again, so people can wake up from the slumber and stop perpetuating mainstream media that's all fear-based and out of resonance with you. Not everything is going to resonate with everyone on this video, but I always encourage everyone to take what you can out of this video and leave the rest. You don't have to comment on it. Just take what you can. And everything is all love. Everything is all peace. But like I said, I want to see how many people are out there, so you can leave comments. You guys can address it in another video, you know, hashtag time lost. That would be dope, so we can start talking about like what's really going on with time, and the fact that it's being hidden from us as well. I think that's a big factor that we all have to kind of talk about and voice it out, because once you start speaking truth, that truth is going to come full circle. So that's part of, you know, loving the community, loving you, is the fact that you can put out truth and it will come full circle, and you're going to see that reflect back at you. You know that you put out something, you know that you did something good, especially when it comes back to you, and you can see, wow, that started with me. So yeah, you guys, peace and love. Thank you again. Shout out to my sisters. I love my sisters on here. Shout out to everyone and anyone working on themselves. Reflection is always key. Love yourself so that you can love others. Peace and blessings.